Valued listeners, congratulations on making it to the end of Excuse Us Season 1. We at Blind Corp are thrilled and slightly surprised that you survived this long. But don't worry, much like the Hawk virus, Excuse Us is always evolving. And thanks to our highly dedicated and questionably sane team, Season 2 is already in development. However, a friendly reminder, episodes are never truly final. Much like memory, reality, and legally binding contracts, they are subject to change. You may find that upon revisiting an episode, certain scenes have shifted. Some lines may appear different. Some entire moments may no longer exist. Were they ever there to begin with? Stop asking. If you find yourself nostalgic for a scene that you swear was there before, one that has since been redacted, erased, or otherwise misplaced in the ever-growing Blind Corp archive, we invite you to visit our Patreon at www.patreon.com/rodpoolart, where all additional content is stored, preserved, and occasionally whispered to in the dead of night. Thank you for your continued loyalty. And remember, Blind Corp is always watching, even when you forget. Occultus Regimus.
The Tale of Donkey Poop. A farmer named Old Jeremiah lived in a quaint little town of Joyceville, North Carolina, nestled between rolling hills and whispering pines. It was known for two things: his stubborn donkey, Beauregard, and his told tales. Jeremiah loved to weave stories so wild and far-fetched that even the most gullible townfolk would squint at him sideways. One summer day, as the townfolk gathered to the general store to swap gossip and sip tea, sweet summer tea, Jeremiah stormed in, his face redder than a ripe tomato. "Y'all won't believe what just happened," he hollered, waving his straw hat around like it was on fire. "My Beauregard don't save my life." But this caught everyone's attention. Beauregard was notorious in Joyceville for being the laziest donkey in 3 counties. The idea of him saving anyone was as likely as snow in July. "Go on, Jeremiah," said Miss Ida, the storekeeper. "What nonsense you got for us today?" Jeremiah pulled out his chest. "Well, I was out plowing the south field when suddenly a mountain lion leaped out of the bushes. The cat was bigger than a hog and meaner than a rattler snake. It came straight at me, I tell you, straight at me." The crowd leaned in, despite themselves. "Beauregard saw it up first," Jeremiah continued, and let out the loudest bray I ever heard. The lion froze like a statue, and then, get this, Beauregard reared up and kicked it square in the head, knocked it out clean, saved my bacon, he did. The room fell silent. Miss Ida tapped her fingers on the counter. "Now, Jeremiah," she said slowly, "how come I saw you and Beauregard napping under the big oak this morning? That's how field ain't been plowed in months." Jeremiah's eyes darted around. Well, he started. "That's just because after the lion incident, Beauregard got tuckered out and we had to rest." It was little Billy, sitting in the sack of flour, who piped up, "If Beauregard kicked the lion, where's the scratches on him? Where's the lion now?" Jeremiah hesitated, his mouth opening and closing like a fish. What? That's what the sound a fish would make. What? This being an audio medium, you can't really see me do it, so what I'm making that sound. The lion ran off, fast as lightning. Y'all just missed it," Jeremiah added. The crowd exchanged knowing glances. Finally, Miss Ida crossed her arms. "Jeremiah, this sounds like a load of donkey poop." The room erupted in laughter. "Donkey poop," they all hollered, slapping their knees. Jeremiah turned beet red, but didn't argue. He knew he had been caught. From that day on, whenever someone in Joyceville tried to spin a tale too wild to believe, or when someone was hiding the truth, the town folk would grin and say, "That sounds like a load of donkey poop." It became their way of saying, "We know there's more to the story, and you ain't fooling us." And so the phrase, donkey poop, was born. A lasting legacy of old Jeremiah's tall tales and the clever folks of Joyceville who refused to be gaslit. What? I love that fish sound. What? Can I read a fish story now? What? I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap.